What are the three most important words in North Idaho real estate? Well, it's not location, location, location. Stand by, we're about to find out what they are. Hey everybody, it's Kory. So what are the three most important words in North Idaho real estate? They are inventory, 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 or lack thereof. Let's say that you have to go to the restroom and you sit down to take care of business and you have a really large demand and you need some inventory. So when you sit down, you want to see this, right? But let's say you sat down to take care of that and your demand was such that you needed inventory, but you saw this. This is the North Idaho real estate market. We don't have a lot of homes to take care of the demand that we have. There's a lot of people that want to move here for our culture and for our beautiful lifestyle. And as a result, there's more people wanting to come here than there is homes. That creates a lack of inventory. And I want you to understand in graphic terms what it means, because you hear it on the news. There's a housing shortage in the United States. Well, if that's true in the United States, it's even more true here in the North Idaho housing market. So we're going to go on the computer system. I'm going to show you real time what that means. On that note, I want you to remember that Zillow, Realtor.com, Trulia, Redfin, some of the third-party sites, those are great sites for you to kind of learn the market, but they're poor sites when it comes time to actually look at homes where you're ready to buy. And here's why. If Zillow was to present you with this, you're not going to Zillow anymore. So they benefit by showing you this. So how do they keep the inventory on the computer greater? They're slower to remove things that are pending or expired or withdrawn. They like to keep a higher inventory on their computer system so that you have something to look at. Remember, their goal is not to serve you as a search engine. Their goal is to serve real estate agents who are paying Zillow money for your lead. So when you go onto Zillow or Redfin and you see a house and you click the number one agent on the screen, that agent may or may not even be the agent that's in charge of that house, but they have paid money to be in front of you. And when you click on that, they get charged and they get your lead. And they're going to call you and they're going to try to sell you that home or another home. That's the purpose of Zillow. So understand, they're motivated not by taking stuff off the market, but by keeping stuff on the market, because they just want to channel you to real estate agents. All right? The other thing to keep in mind is that our market right now, when you see this video, is March 2020, and the inventory numbers that you're going to see are a slower time of the year. The peak time of the year is in the summer, and that's when you see inventory be about 2 times or even 2/3 more of what you're going to see on the screen here. But the demand will also be more. So it's always relative. And the bottom line is the North Idaho housing market does not have this many houses. It has this many houses. And when you come to this market, you've got to be prepared to compete, because 8 out of every 10 homes that we're selling right now have multiple bid situations. And that's our job, is to get you ready to purchase those homes in this rocking and rolling North Idaho housing market. So let's go to the computer screen and see what I'm talking about. It's pretty graphic. Let's do it. Okay, so for our search purposes here, we're going to go into the Coeur d'Alene MLS and we're going to set up a search. We're going to look at residential homes that are active. Now, I don't want to see homes that are accepting backup offers or bump offers or continue to show because they're already pending. And there are no such thing as lease options out here. So we're going to look strictly at things that are active and on the market that are not pending. Okay, again, not pending. And you can see over here there are 910 listings in the Coeur d'Alene MLS that are not pending. These are your active listings. And what is the Coeur d'Alene MLS as far as area? So bear with me. I do live in the rural area. I'm at home making this video. And my internet it's sufficient, but it is not super fast. And that's something you guys have to think about as well if you're going to live in a rural area here in North Idaho, is what kind of internet access do you have? I use satellite internet, and that's what I'm on, and it does the job, but it's not lickety-split. Okay, so here's your Coeur d'Alene MLS area or territory. It goes all the way to the Canadian border over here. If you follow my cursor, it goes down the Washington border. Here's Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. It goes all the way down, not quite to Moscow. It's right about here at the bottom of Lake Coeur d'Alene. This is the St. Mary's area. our MLS covers right here, the area just south of St. Mary's, all the way over to the Montana border, and then again back up to the Canadian border. So it's basically the 5 North Idaho counties is what our MLS covers. But most people, when they come here, say, I'd like to be a half hour away from Coeur d'Alene and Spokane. And the reason is most of your amenities are here. So your health care is in Coeur d'Alene, your shopping, your restaurants. If you've got kids, all the sporting events and coaching and then your colleges. All that stuff is right here. All your work, all your amenities in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. And people want to be a half hour away from all that. So let's go ahead and set up a territory for that. And to do that, we're going to use this. So far as north from Coeur d'Alene, it's a half hour is Highway 54, which is Spirit Lake and top of Athol. So we're going to start our parameter here. We're going to go down. This is a half hour from Coeur d'Alene. And then as we go south of Coeur d'Alene, a half hour is right about here, just before we get into Worley. And we don't want to go way over here. As the crow flies, this might be a half hour, but to get down to this territory, you're going to have to use Highway 97, which can be quite windy and takes a lot longer. So the actual half hour point on Lake Coeur d'Alene starts right here, just south of Eddyville. And then if we go east, the half hour point is just about 4th of July Pass, which is here. So we will go up to Bayview, Athol area, right around Farragut State Park, and that is your half hour zone. So remember, we had over 900 listings, but when we make this half hour zone, the listings go down to 435. And you go, well, Kory, that's a pretty healthy inventory. There's 435 homes that are ready to be seen in that half hour zone. But what we haven't done yet is set up the parameters of the properties that we want. So today we're going to look at rural properties and what do most people want when they come to North Idaho. A lot of them, they want 5 acres and up. And that's important because we don't have subdivision. You can't subdivide acreage below 5. So you pretty much are looking at 5 acres and up. So let's go ahead and put that in. So we're going to put 5 acres in and watch what happens to our inventory. And remember, we were at 400 properties. So when we go 5 acres and up, let's go ahead and update it. It's not 5 properties. There are 44 properties of 5 acres or more with homes on it. You're like, well, that's okay. That's a pretty good inventory to look at. So if we were going to go out and look at homes today, it wouldn't necessarily be 44 because all we've indicated right now is homes on 5 acres. What we haven't decided is what kind of home. And what most people want is they want single story. A lot of people are getting close to retiring. They don't want to go stairs, so they want single level rancher or maybe a single level rancher with a bonus room upstairs. And some will even compromise by saying, as long as I have a single level plan where I have my master bedroom, laundry, and kitchen on the main level, I can even go downstairs into like a daylight basement. So most people want single level living. Well, let's put that in. So we got houses that are single level living on 5 acres, and our inventory is 20 homes. Okay, well, if I was going to go out and look today for a single level rancher within a half hour of Coeur d'Alene on 5 acres or more, there's 20 homes to look at, right? Well, hold on, we haven't set the price yet. So what's your price? And what do most people want to spend on 5 acres here in the North Idaho area? Most of them want to spend $350. And those days are gone. But let's just see what happens. $350. Put that in, and our inventory goes from 20 down to 0. There are no homes on 5 acres within a half hour of Coeur d'Alene for $350 and under. You're like, okay, Kory, well, let's bump that budget up and see what happens. Let's go to $450. And that gives us, no, let's see. Let's update it. $450 and under, 2 homes. All right, let's see what those homes are. Pretty graphic, isn't it? When we talk about The inventory for single-story homes on 5 acres and up for under 450, these are your two homes that are on the market today. And if we look at them, they're old. And that typically is your market for pre-existing homes in the rural area. Nobody's leaving here. The only way homes come on the market is if folks are getting too old for them. So you've got this home. You can see it's dated. Um, and that's in Post Falls, and we'd have to see the area, but this is not typically what people are thinking when they want to spend $450,000 in North Idaho for 5 acres. Here's the other one. You can see this one's dated. So basically what you're paying for is the property. And you're going to need some money to come into this property to make it what you want. So this is the reality of our market. Again, we're under $450,000 for 5 acres with a single level home. So let's go ahead and adjust our parameters. We're going to use this screen from now on. I'm going to back out so you can see that half-hour zone we were talking about. So here it is over here on the right. That's your half-hour zone. Here's your two homes that we were looking at. We're going to adjust the parameters for the price. Let's go up to 550 and see what we can find for inventory. And you can see there are 3 homes now. We just added a home for under 550. Let's see what happened. So here's the 2 homes that we were looking at before, and here's one that came on. So this house is the 3rd home. So we got one more home by going up 100,000 for 5 acres and up within a half hour. And this home's actually pretty cool. It is a stick-built home, but it has a shop attached to it. And you go through the photos here, you can kind of see it's got a house. It's stick-built, but they attached this really cool shop to it. Very sturdy built home, and it's actually an attractive home. But if you were to come out today, let's say, and go look at homes under 550,000, a half hour from Coeur d'Alene, on 5 acres or more, these are the 3 houses that we have that aren't pending. Everything else is pending. So limited inventory. But let's go back and let's look at the reality of what things are going to cost. Let's go up to 650. So again, half hour from Coeur d'Alene, 5 acres and up, single level living for 650,000 and under. We have 7 homes. So let's go ahead and take a look at those. So surely there's 7 homes to look at, right? Okay, well, if we go back, we can see here's the 2 homes that we saw that are old. Here's the shop home that we saw. And we've got this home here. This is not even built. See how it says Lot 10, Block 1. Here's another one, Lot 1, Block 2. These homes aren't even built. So let's go ahead and take a look at these just to give you an example. Some builders are speccing homes on 5 acres out in the prairie. This one here, if we look at the detail, it looks like a really cool home, and it would be a nice home on 5 acres, brand new. The problem with this home is that it's not built yet. And if we look over here, it says yes, to be built. They don't even have a completion date yet. So we would have to find out, when they plan on having this thing finished. It may be a year from now. We just don't know. Here's one on Caribou, and it might not even be built yet either. This one says it comes with a shop for $600,000. It's a 4-bedroom, 2.5 bath, and it says here completion date July 15th. So it hasn't even. It's probably in the process of being built right now. So of the 7 homes, remember, that are available, 3 of them aren't even built yet. 2 of them are old. One of them is a shop home, and here's the one outstanding home that you can actually go look at right now that may be worth looking at. And if we look at the detail, it's for $650, and it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square foot. So if you wanted 4-bedroom, 2-bath, this might not work for you. So you can see the kind of inventory that we're dealing with. It's almost non-existent, very limited. And the only way you're going to get to see more inventory is by going up in price or expanding your boundary. Or in this situation, remember we said we wanted just single level living? So right now, under 650, it's 7 homes. Let's go ahead and change this. Let's just say, I don't care if it's single living or not. I just want them all, whatever. Multi-levels, tri-level, 2 stories. Let's see what the inventory is when we bump it up. 13. So our inventory doubled. And I don't know what I did with my map here. Looks like I went somewhere else in the United States. Anyway, here we are. I'm going to move this over here. So just by saying I don't want single level anymore, I'll take anything within that 650 price point in that half hour from Coeur d'Alene. It doubled our inventory. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. So here we go. This is looks like a manufactured home in Worley. We've got, let's look at this house here in Spirit Lake, Mad Moose Trail. And again, you have to look at a lot of the factors that go into these homes. This may not be for you. It's off a dirt road. This is a manufactured home. It's got a shop. Looks like it's really cute, actually. But again, it's not what most people think they want to spend $650,000 on for 5 acres, and that's just our market. So what is the purpose of this video? The purpose of this video is to show you guys that there is not an unlimited amount of homes to come and see. It's a very limited inventory. And when you come here, you have to be ready to buy. You've got to have a good, strong local lender if you need lending. If you're cash, you do stand a chance to own the market, but you'll have competition there as well. 1 out of every 4 homes right now is a cash offer. So I just want you guys to understand the reality of the North Idaho market. There is very limited inventory, high demand. And when we talk about tight markets and tight inventory, now you understand what that is graphically.